Hi everyone, Melissa here. So there's a Know Your Needleworker tag going around right now. Excuse me. Sorry, having some little bit of a tickle in the throat. So the Know Your Needleworker tag has been going around, and I'm not really sure who started it, but I thought I would go ahead and do it. There's my wrong way. There's my tree in the background. It's my Yule tree. Um, it's a 4 foot set on the coffee table so that my dog does not decide to chew it up. Um, Now, the reason I haven't done the Know Your Needleworker tag is there's a question on here that I wasn't quite sure how to answer. And when I get to it, I'll let you know what it is and why. So, shall we begin? If you see me looking down like that, I have them written down in my book, my journal, my cross stitching YouTube journal actually. Um, so the first question is, where do you live? I live in the States in Ohio, actually in Columbus. Um, I've lived here for most of my life. I've moved away a couple times, but never really far. Never as far as I'd like to go anyway. One of these days. So, what do you do for work? Well, right now I'm a disabled homemaker. I I'm epileptic and my seizures are not controlled through medication. They are better than they have ever been before. However, I still have several seizures a week. So, um, before that, I've gone to a couple of colleges for the medical field. I have been kind of a Jill of all trades. I've done catering, I've done direct sales, I've done, currently I'm doing face painting part time for myself. Um, but I'm very limited on what I'm able to commit to time wise because I never know from one day to the next if it's going to be a day that I'm able to be out of bed working on a project or getting up and going out, leaving the house. Um, I also suffer from a couple of other illnesses, and one of them makes it difficult for me to get around as easily as I used to. So yeah, I'm a disabled homemaker currently, and knock on wood, that will change one day, soon. So the next question is 3 favorite hobbies. Well, besides cross stitching, I I've been practicing and studying classical violin and fiddling for a couple years, and not very good, but I do so enjoy trying to learn. My second hobby would have to be reading, and a close third would be anything arts and craftsy. I art journal, I make cards, I stamp, excuse me, I paint with acrylics, watercolors, oil paints. I do a little bit. I've yet to meet a craft that I have not enjoyed. Now there are some that I've enjoyed less than others, but I love learning um, how to do that. So I enjoy the learning process. So, do you have children? I had 3 sons. How old are they? This is the question I had a little bit of a problem with. Um, I have 3 sons. My oldest he's 18, he'll be 19 in March. My second son passed away several years ago due to a vehicular accident. And my third son is 14. He'll be 15 next October. I'm never quite really sure how to answer how many children do you have and how old are they. Because I have 3 sons, and just because my second son is deceased does not make him my son any less than the others. However, when asked how old they are, that son would be now 15 and turning 16 next September. However, he passed away just before he turned 6. So it's been a number of years. It's still very difficult to talk about. I had to work up the courage to talk about this on here. However, I wanted to do this. I enjoy being a part of the floss tube community. I enjoy watching all of you guys, and it's a Know Your Needleworker tag. How can you not answer a question that the answer to makes a large difference in who you are? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So that's that. So, do you have any pets? Yes, I do. Currently, I have a deer-headed Chihuahua. Prior to that, I had a scarlet macaw that was named Hoochie. I had to get rid of her because my husband was a little afraid of her. Maybe I should say a lot afraid of her. She bit him in the palm of the hand, and I made the mistake of telling him that she could snap a broom handle in half with her beak. Yeah, I had to get rid of her. So before that, I had 2 lovebirds. They were named Hoss and Daisy May. And prior to that, I had a black lab, bull mastiff, and English bulldog mix. Yeah, that was a huge dog. So now I just have the deer-headed Chihuahua. So the next movie is seen the question and skipped around on the words a little bit. The next question is, what is your favorite movie of all time? That's easy. Rosemary's Baby. Love, love, love Rosemary's Baby. However, I have a couple others, and they are The Wicker Man, the original version. Which is of Eastwick. Love Cher in it. Just love the movie. Just love the whole thing. It was just hilarious in my mind. Favorite TV shows. I don't watch TV. I will go weeks and not turn my television set on. Like I said, I do suffer from epilepsy, and as I've gotten older, the lights on some of the special effects graphics have gotten a lot better than they were when I was a kid. And it makes it really hard to watch some of them. So I I don't really watch television. My new favorite, I would have to say, is Dude, You're Screwed. I seen the commercials for it, and I don't miss an episode. I record them on the DVR. Dude, You're Screwed is awesome. If you love survivalist type shows, and that's pretty much the only one I like, but I like they're survivalist experts, and they are they're challenging themselves, and they're being monitored, and just the whole concept of it I love. I haven't missed an episode since they started, and I've gone back and rewatched some of them. So, next question. Favorite music? That's a hard one because the only music genres I do not like is rap and hip hop. I don't like techno. They sound like noise to me. Yeah, I can do death metal, but I can't do rap or hip hop or techno. Not me. I can do classical, jazz, new age. I even like some of the music that I don't understand the words to. But I don't like the ones that just sound like noise to me. Currently, I've been listening a lot to Pink, the Dresden Dolls, Godsmack. I like a lot of the 80s hair bands. I like a lot of the old country music. I've been I've been jamming to some Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard and all them guys recently as well. So music is kind of one of my big things. Music and books. So which brings me to the next question. Favorite books. My all-time favorite book of all time is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. My favorite author is Laurel K. Hamilton. She's a current author. She's got a couple series that's like probably 15 books into the series on some of them. I like the fact that she has taken some of the pagan factions with the Fae, um, some of the outskirts of society with the vampirism, were animals, fairies, magic, um, necromancers and witches, as well as some open sexual orientation, homosexuality, bisexuality, polyamory, that kind of thing. I really like that. I am also reading The 19th Wife by Anne Eliza Young. I had watched a Lifetime movie called The 19th Wife, and in that movie they mentioned this book as being contraband within the FLDS communities or the polygamist communities. So I don't know anything about that culture or religion other than what I've seen on TV and Big Love, Sister Wives, that kind of thing. So I thought I'd read the book. So that's another book I'm working on right now. One word that describes me. I'm going to go with creative. If I got to choose two other words, it would probably be ornery, because I have a very ornery sense of humor. Um, Giving, because when I know that someone is in need and is trying to help themselves, I enjoy reaching out and trying to help them as well. I believe that compassion is and empathy are a lost art within our societies. So, that's how I try and encourage that and encourage those. And the next question is, who inspired you to make YouTube videos? Now, there's actually two, and the first one is Stitching May. Now, I watched her videos for quite some time before I made my first video. Um, but she was the first one I found, and she opened the suggestion within my mind of, this is a way for me to talk with someone who shares the same interests. So the other person is Cross Stitch Button, and she had done a video and had asked others to do it, and I'm not really sure what it was. I think it was a whips video. Um, but I was like, you know what, let me take the plunge. If I don't like it, I don't have to keep doing it. If nobody watches it, then I can make a fool out of myself and nobody will know. So, I do that. That is who encouraged me and who opened my brain to the possibilities. I am going to tack on a question. My husband recently asked me why I cross stitch. He says, so what do you do with it? You just sit and you make pictures and then what? I said, I don't know. It depends on what I'm working on. It could go on my wall. It could become a pillow. It could be a gift, bookmark, many things. And he said, okay, so you're doing it just to create an image. And I said, yes. And he says, why? Well, my response to that was, hon, this creates my Zen moment. This is where I go and what I do when life has me absolutely frazzled and I want to pull my hair out and scream at the top of my lungs. This is what I do, is I cross stitch. So I'm curious as to, why do you cross stitch? What about cross stitching makes it enjoyable for you? For myself, it is the meditative motion and thoughts, as well as I like to see an image create itself out of small stitches. I find it extremely inspiring creatively to watch an image grow into such a beautiful creation. Um, my other question that I have is, I'm in the process of charting a image that I've purchased, and I've gotten the artist's written permission to chart for personal use to stitch as a charity piece. I'm curious, I know what colors I want it to look like. I know how I want the picture to look. Is it acceptable to remove some of the background coloring and do it on hand-dyed piece of fabric, or is that considered altering someone's artwork too much? Do I need to do um, full page stitching such as in a heaven and earth design, or can I pick it out and just do the main part and on stitching on a beautiful piece of hand-dyed fabric? I have a piece of hand-dyed fabric, if so, I would like to use. It's actually Crafty Kitten's October monthly piece of fabric. I'd really like some input on that and what you guys think on it. So, until next time, bye y'all.